The holiday of Hanukkah begins in just a couple of days, and joining us to teach a little bit more about it, as well as to share some of the lovely events and celebrations happening around the community, is Rabbi Avraham Mintz. Thank you so much for joining us, Rabbi.
Always great to be here. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so talk to me about this holiday. How does this bring people together, especially here in our community?
Hanukkah is a favorite holiday for many because it's all about lighting the menorah and sharing that light with the world. You know, it's interesting in Judaism, there are many holidays. Like any religion, we have holidays we celebrate, but Hanukkah is different in the sense where we light it outside. We bring the light at the windows, in the communities, and really to share that light and the message of Hanukkah, of light over darkness.
That's awesome.
As the 9 years resident, I believe the term would be bad Jew. I don't go as often to synagogue as I should, but I will ask you this. Give us a bit more about the history of Hanukkah and why we light these menorah every year.
Right, so first of all, no such a thing as a bad Jew. Remember that, everyone. No such a thing. Impossible. You're great just the way you are.
Stop. Stop. Mom, did you see that?
His head is getting bigger and bigger.
Stop.
No, it's everyone. We're all God's children, and everyone's special and unique in their own special way. So Hanukkah, really, the message of Hanukkah is we're celebrating something that happened many, many years ago, where the Maccabees, a small group of Jews, were victorious over there. Then there was the Syrian Greeks who would try to wipe Judaism out, really, and oppress Jews living in Jerusalem, trying to destroy the temple, and the menorah, which was a ritual they took place, lighting the menorah, representing really light over darkness. And the miracle of miracles happens. This small group was victorious, and known as the Maccabees, and they came back to the temple, and there was no oil to be found to light the menorah. They looked and they searched and found one small jug of pure olive oil, which was only enough to last for one day. Miracle of miracles, it lasted for 8 days until they had time to make new oil. And that's really the message of Hanukkah, representing the concept of how dim and dark and challenging things may seem. We never give up. We light and we start the first night, and which is this Sunday night, one candle, then the second candle, and adding another and another, representing not just the menorah of many, many years ago, but the menorah within each and every individual.
Yeah.
Each and every one of us have to light one candle, another candle, one mitzvah at a time, one good deed, and together we can change the world.
So we're lighting the first candle on Sunday. What are some of the events that people can participate, especially if they're here in Colorado? What Hanukkah events can they participate in?
So there are so many events going on throughout the community. We have, if you go to denverjewishcenter.com, we have events. We have on Sunday, Hanukkah on ice. We rent at the Family Sports Center, and there's a large 6-foot ice menorah right in the middle of the ice rink, and we have hundreds and hundreds of children coming. And then the menorah lightings throughout town. Check out your local Chabad center. And what's most important is whether you come to an event, whether you light it at home, whether you celebrate, this message is for everyone. Let's light the world up. The world has challenges out there. There's darkness. Everyone has light to add to make themselves and this world shine.
I can tell you this as well. I remember as a kid in Hebrew school that we'd do this, the play with the dreidel and the gelt. Can you explain a little bit about this? And also, there's also efforts underway, like the Ambassadors of Light. Can you tell us a bit more about that as well?
So,
explain the
The
dreidel.
dreidel, we have to start with the dreidel. The dreidel is really, back then, we're talking about when the story of Hanukkah actually happened, it was forbidden to study Torah.
Okay.
You know, if you were found studying Torah, it was bad news. You were punished. You were even killed. And the Jews never stopped studying Torah, and they came up with these little dreidel games where you would play dreidel, and when they would study Torah, and when they thought they were being watched, or someone coming to check on them, and somebody would pull out their dreidel and say, "No, we're not studying, we're playing dreidel." And this is really today became a dreidel to celebrate the game. It's a Nun Gimel Hey Shin, which is the Hebrew letters of Nes Gadol Hayasham. A great miracle happened there, meaning in Israel, and it just adds more fun to the holiday, including the latkes and the donuts, which is oily foods. Only once a year, so oily foods. We celebrate Hanukkah, and that's really part of the tradition as well. And you asked about the ambassadors of light. That's really what Hanukkah is. It's about not just lighting, but being an ambassador of light. And we have a whole group of people, starting from our teen community, who are really going out. We're going everywhere from Children's Hospital to other places around the community to bring the light of Hanukkah, to spread that light. And really it's something that you don't have to be a rabbi to do it. Anyone can do it. Spread the light, goodness, and kindness, and like I said, change the world.
Rabbi Mintz, thank you so much for joining us.